This is the most careless mom I've ever seen. Go out for a walk and go shopping for herself, completely unaware that one of the daughters dashed onto the road. When the mother hears the sound and reacts, the girl is gone forever. She blames herself for losing her daughter. On the way home, she found a crying little girl. The little girl looked so familiar to her daughter. She decided to bring her back. She didn't know the girl was the child of a rich family. 25 years later, the rich mother found her home through various relationships. After a battle of tongues, in the end, the mother admitted. After Mrs. No learned that Jayan was her own daughter, she asked the woman to tell Jayan the truth of the matter as soon as possible. According to the address provided by the woodman, Mrs. No came to Jayan's workplace, seeing the daughter's hard work, still being scolded by the boss. This makes her very sad as her mother. So she found the owner of the fried chicken shop, gave him some money, let him fire the daughter, and gave her the money. Then the boss told Jayan his nephew is coming to work and he can fire her, and said that this is the salary for a week. Jayan took the money and counted. Give the extra money to the boss. The greedy boss takes the money in his pocket. With money, she went to the convenience store, bought the cheapest water and biscuits. Just then her best friend called. Money was mentioned in their conversation. Jayan suddenly remembered the car accident that day. To pay the other party 5 million. She panicked and hung up the phone. Immediately, she dialed the man. Dukang wants her to quickly make up for his car repair fee. Jayan apologized and said that she didn't have so much money. Dukang suddenly asked her if she could speak Japanese and English. After getting a positive answer, just let Jayan get dressed and come right away, and promised to give her the highest salary. Turned out the international rich second-generation party hosted by him. The translator accidentally fell and injured. Jayan rushed home with the 100-meter sprint, quickly changed her clothes. At this time, the mother wants to tell her about her real identity. At this time, Jayan only had the best salary in mind. She can't listen to what her mother is saying. After changing clothes, she goes straight to the door. Soon after, Jayan arrived at the scene. At night, the venue starts. Jayan speaks fluent English and Japanese on the stage. During her explanation, the venue was proceeding in an orderly manner. Dukang looked at her face with the satisfied smile on his face. Even the audience below couldn't help but nod their heads. Everything went very smoothly into the venue. Just then, Dukang answered the phone halfway through. The sister told him that he had found Yoon Seok's sister, who has been separated for 25 years. But mom and dad are arguing about it. She let him cook soon. After a few words with his friends, he left. After the event, Jayan was waiting for Dukang alone at the scene. She didn't eat dinner, but she didn't see Dukang until the event ended. No one answered the phone. Jayan started to worry. She had spent all her money on a taxi when she came here before. She had to walk home, but bad luck comes one after another. It's pouring rain outside. Jayan walked to the referee platform in the rain. Then a strange man in a raincoat approached her. Jayan is very scared, because that man looks like a bad guy. I don't need. My husband is coming to pick me up. The man turns his head and leaves. Jayan watched the man walk away. She is frightened. She texted a friend to let him pay and call a taxi for her. The customer service told her that there is no car to go to Seoul now. She is very afraid of meeting a man like that just now. She is helpless. She can only walk home in the rain. Just then the man on the bike came back. This girl didn't know that she is the daughter of a Chibo family. She didn't even have money for a taxi. Just 2 hours before, Jayan helped a man translate at the venue. He promised to give her a high commission after completing. Unexpectedly, Dukang ran away on the way. In the old man's words, people are unlucky to drink cold water and stuff their teeth. It's raining again just now. Helpless, she could only walk in the rain. Just then, an uncle riding a bicycle from the nunnery appeared. She immediately felt the danger, because just now, this man has spoken to her. Jayan was afraid and said that her husband came to pick her up. This scared the man away. When the man passed her again, ride to the front and stop his bike. When Jayan saw it, she stepped back in fright. The man seems to be pounding something. It was a false alarm. Then right away. At this time, Jayan cried in fright. She looked at her phone and found a battery with 1% remaining. How to do now? Then she called her sister's crush, also Jian's college classmate Sunwoo. Jian told him the situation. Sunwoo immediately dropped his work and went to Jian. Du Kaing sees Jian's text message after finishing his work. He also drove over. Sunwoo also picked Jian up at this time. Docking happened to be rushed over and saw the scene. He thought it was Jian's boyfriend who came to pick her up. He did not get off. Jian dragged her tired body home. She slept until 11 a.m. the next day. It's her mother who called her up and handed her new clothes. Let her get dressed. This clothes seemed to be not cheap. They took a taxi to the hotel. Jian thought her mother took her to the hotel for a blind date. Mom said she'll know when she arrives. After arriving at the hotel, they are taken to a private room by the hotel manager. Jian looked at the two people at the main table. She wonders, asking her mother who they are. Mom says it's her self-made friend, but she didn't know that it was her biological parents who were sitting. The chairman of Heseong Group and his wife. Jian said hello and sat down with her mother. At this time, the chairman calls a table of delicious food. Jian thought it was her mother who introduced her to her job. The chairman let Jian eat while it's hot. Jian nodded confusedly, then eat the food in big mouthfuls. Mrs. No saw Jian devour her food. There is a little red in her eyes. The chairman asked the hotel manager to bring more the dishes. After being hungry for a day, Jian indulges herself in delicious food. You're not really picky eaters. I'm not picky eaters. Because the food here is so delicious. There may also be a reason that I didn't eat yesterday. Mrs. No heard that Jian had not eaten for a day. She is unhappy to see Jian's mother. The mother explained that she was not a picky eater since she was a child. Talking about her advantages, Jian listened to her mother complimenting herself. The food almost spit out. Seeing this, Mrs. No hurriedly asked her to eat slowly. After Jian took a sip of water, suddenly she remembered when she was an intern in Heseong Group. She has seen them in magazines. They are the chairman and his wife of Heseong Group. Jian looked at the two of them in shock. She whispered how her mother knew them. Mom said it was through Jian that she knew them. Jian is stunned. Actually, they are your biological parents. Jian thought she heard it wrong. When her mother repeated it, she looked at them in disbelief. The mother let Jian have a good time with her biological parents, then turn away and leave. Seeing her mother leaving, Jian takes her bag and is going to follow her. At this time, her biological parents stopped her. You stay a little bit. After Jian said sorry, just ran away. When they came home, they tell Du Kaing and his younger daughter about this. Du Kaing said that he would help them convince his sister. At night, Jian waits at the door for her mother to come back. Mom sees her wearing so little, rebuked her immediately. And Jian is posing as a domineering. Am I sexy? Mom lost her temper instantly. Jian tells her mom, even if she is really a chaebol, she will never leave this house. But her mom said her go back to the rich family, fulfill her dream to study abroad. But Jian said between this house and studying abroad, she chose this home. If it is you, how would you choose? I want to be with my mother.